So let's talk about those last stubborn 5 to 10 pounds and how I got them off. Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about the last 5 pounds, and I get asked about this question a lot, especially when people know that I've lost a tremendous amount of weight, and I feel like the last 5 or 10 pounds is the hardest. It really, really is. So I'm going to give you guys some tips as far as how I was able to not just lose those last 5 or 10, but I was able to even go further, and I lost about 20 to 25. So I beat my goal by about 10 pounds, and I'm going to go over exactly how I did that. Now, just as a disclaimer, this is not medical advice. This is just what I did and my experience and how it worked for me. Definitely talk to your doctor before you make any dietary or changes to your physical activity. So just a disclaimer there. So I'm going to go over just a couple of tips, easy things, maybe not so easy, but just basically outline what I did on my journey. So if you're new here, I want to say welcome. Make sure that you hit the like and the subscribe button, and down below in the description box, I have a link to our free Facebook group if you want to join us. It is a homeschool group full of homeschool parents, new, veteran, and everything in between. And it's really just a fun place to hang out, and it's pretty drama-free. In a nutshell, I lost 100 pounds, and I did that within 12 months. So I'm going to outline for you 4 things that I did that helped me drop those last 5 or 10 pounds, and it actually helped me go further than that and lose an additional 10 pounds. So let's go over those things really quick here. First, keep your goals in mind. Do not get discouraged. It's really, really hard to get discouraged at this point of your weight loss journey because you have gotten so far, and every single week you see that number going down on the scale, and it's really, really easy when you start to plateau out to get discouraged and want to quit. And then you never hit your goal, and then you just kick yourself for years afterwards. So one of the main things I have to tell you, and it has to be the first thing, is to just keep your goal in mind and don't quit. And one of the things that I did to help me with this was I nailed a pair of my gold jeans to the wall. I literally hung them on the wall. And I know it sounds completely crazy, and it is a little bit crazy, but I'm one of those like very goal-oriented people. I just work better when I have a goal. And when I can see that goal every day, it reminds me of why I'm doing what I'm doing. So yes, for me, it was a lot of body image issues, and I wanted to fit in those jeans. That was my goal, was to fit into those jeans. Those were a pair of jeans that I had in high school, and I wanted to fit back in them, and I was determined. So I took my gold jeans and I literally put them on the wall. And over by my scale, I had a piece of paper where I would write down weekly what my weight was. And when I started to plateau out, I did not take that down. I still kept that up because I still wanted to see those goals, and I still wanted to see those numbers because I had a specific number that I wanted to hit. Now, not all weight loss goals are going to be about numbers. I totally understand that, and I know I'm going to get eaten up in the comments about it. However, that was what my personal goal was, and you know, that's just what I wanted to be at. That was my personal weight and health goal. So number 2, tighten up your eating. There is a saying in the fitness world that it is 80% food and 20% workouts when it comes to weight loss. And it is so true. You can lose a tremendous amount of weight just by changing your eating habits alone, not your workouts, your eating habits. 80% of weight loss is typically all wrapped up in what you do in the kitchen. Bob Harper has this mantra that I like to always keep in the back of my mind. You cannot outrun a bad diet. So if I am running and I'm running 5 miles a day, yet I'm eating a Big Mac every single day. I'm totally canceling out that run. There's no way that that run is doing me any good if I'm eating a Big Mac and fries every single day, because the calories that I'm burning by running is not going to be enough to outweigh the calories that I just put back into my body with eating fast food. Make sense? Now, okay, that does not mean that you can't ever have a Big Mac. Okay, because I have to say these things because YouTube people sometimes have strong opinions about weight loss and goals. So I am not saying this. I'm saying this in generalities. I'm not saying this in every instance. So tightening up my eating was a big part of this. And one thing that I did was I cut out all my carbs. And that really seemed to kick it into high gear because I plateaued out. That was the thing. And a lot of people do this when they get to like those last stubborn 5 to 15 pounds. A lot of people will completely just plateau out. They'll be losing weight, and then they'll just stop losing weight about 10 or 15 pounds from their goal. That's called plateauing. And a lot of times what that means is you have to change something up. The third thing I did was I switched up my workouts. And I went from more of a 60-minute a day type of workout. These were really old school type of workouts. I did very old world gym type of workouts to where I was working out for about 60 minutes a day, 5 to 6 days a week. I went from that to, and that was more of a low to mid impact. I went from those kinds of workouts to, I changed it up to more CrossFit type of workouts to where I was working out between, I want to say 10 to 30 minutes max, and I was at high impact. So I totally flipped the script on my body and I changed it up like that, and it really threw my body for a loop, and it was something new to kind of shock my system, and that also helped kick things into gear as well. The last thing I did was I added in an extra workout a couple days a week. This was not every day. And what I did was I started taking up running. And I had never run before. I had always been a terrible runner, like terrible runner. But I decided I really want to lose this weight. I really want to get to that goal. And I was ready to do anything to get to that goal because it was driving me crazy that I couldn't hit it. And I had lost like 75, 80 pounds. And I just couldn't get those last 10, 15 pounds that I wanted to lose. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna try adding in something else to see if that works. And it did. And it worked really well with the other things that I was doing. So I started running, and I started off really simple. It just started off as like jogs around the neighborhood. I wasn't like, you know, going crazy running 5 miles a day from the very beginning. No. I started out very little. I started out just kind of jogging around the neighborhood a little bit, and then I just started adding more and more distance as I got better and better. And eventually, a couple years after that, I was running like 5 miles for fun. So I really found that I enjoyed that extra activity and doing something else like that. And I found something that I really enjoyed. I can't run anymore and I really miss it. But during those years that I could run, it was really just a thrill for me to do that. It was something I got to do with my kids. I got to do it by myself. I got a jogging stroller and I loved to take that out with my kids. I had a double jogger, and let me tell you, a double jogger or even just a single jogging stroller will add so much resistance for you. Give it a shot, even if you can only jog. And of course, this is if your doctor says that you are able to do this. So just keep that in mind. Taking out a jogging stroller and just maybe even jogging a little bit, just a little distance, like from your driveway to the mailbox, and then walking, and then jogging a little bit, and then walking, and just kind of integrating it into your walks will really just add so much resistance and help give you so much more strength and stamina as well. And it really adds something neat to your workouts, and it really does change your body. All right, guys, I hope that these tips were helpful for you as far as, you know, my weight loss journey. And I've had so many people reach out about my weight loss journey, and you guys really seem to like this series. So I'm going to kind of keep throwing in some of these videos about health and weight loss that I have been doing since I lost 100 pounds. I have successfully kept off that 100 pounds for more than 10 years now, which in the weight loss world, if you know anything about major weight loss, typically most people, and this is over 75% of people who lose that amount of weight, gain it back. And so far I haven't gained it back. I have been really, really diligent to not gain that weight back, and I still incorporate a lot of things from those years. I changed my entire eating and living habits, and I have never gone back. That is the key, is once you change everything, you don't go back. You make adjustments to whether you are in maintenance mode or whether you are in weight loss mode, but you never go back to the old habits. And that's really the key to making this work for you, is knowing that this is going to be a lifelong journey and you are never going to really be done, or you're never going to hit the finish line. You're never going to go back to those old habits, because if you do, you will go back to the way that you were before. And it will happen slowly at first, and then it's just so easy to spiral out of control. And trust me, I know, because I was a yo-yo dieter before I really hunkered down and got the weight off. Let me know down in the comments, are you on a weight loss journey, thinking about going on one? What are you doing in your daily life to be healthy? I would love to know down below. I've had to change the way that I am healthy now because I can't do a lot of the physical activity that I used to do. So I'm really glad that I did it while I was still healthy and while I was able to do those things, because now I have to do a lot of things only in the kitchen. I can't do a lot of the physical activity that I used to do. So trust me, I'm there trying to get through this just like you guys. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and happy homeschooling.